We are discussing about GATE 1991 ECE paper, and this is one more question related to electronics. Look at the question. A silicon sample is uniformly doped with 10 power 16 phosphorus atoms per centimeter cube and 2 into 10 power 16 boron atoms per centimeter cube. If all the dopants are fully ionized, the material is A. N-type with carrier concentration of 10 power 16 per centimeter cube, B. P-type with carrier concentration of 10 power 16 per centimeter cube, C. P-type with carrier concentration of 2 into 10 power 16 per centimeter cube, D. N-type with carrier concentration of 2 into 10 power 16 per centimeter cube. So the correct option is B. We will see how this happens. A silicon sample is uniformly doped with 10 power 16 phosphorus atoms. Silicon sample, the meaning of silicon sample is nothing but intrinsic silicon. Okay, first of all it is doped with 10 power 16 phosphorus atoms per centimeter cube. So, and we know that one, whenever an intrinsic semiconductor is doped with pentavalent impurities, it will turn towards N-type semiconductor, and whenever intrinsic semiconductor is doped with pentavalent impurities, it will go into P-type semiconductor. So intrinsic semiconductor, first it was given, intrinsic semiconductor is doped with 10 power 16 phosphorus atoms per centimeter cube. Phosphorus, an example of pentavalent impurity. Pentavalent impurity will donate 1 electron for every 1 atom, that is 10 power 16 phosphorus atoms means nothing but 10 power 16 electrons will be donated. Next, after that one it is doped with 2 into 10 power 16 boron atoms. Boron is an example of trivalent impurity. So trivalent impurity, each trivalent impurity can donate 1 hole. Remember these points. So now initially let intrinsic semiconductor, intrinsic silicon. So intrinsic silicon is nothing but number of holes are n and number of electrons are n, number of holes are p. N is equal to p, which is nothing but Ni. So after doping with phosphorus, it will be turning towards phosphorus is pentavalent atom, so that semiconductor will become N-type with number of electrons n is equal to Ni plus 10 power 16 extra electrons, that is free electrons will be created, whereas P is going to be approximately equal to Ni itself. Okay, now after doping with boron with 2 into 10 power 16, that will be adding for this N-type, so it will be turning towards, then effectively what you are getting is nothing but N is equal to Ni plus 10 power 16 electrons. Trivalent impurity only will increase the holes, so that P is equal to Ni plus 2 into 10 power 16 per meter cube holes you will get. So electrons are Ni plus 10 power 16, whereas holes are Ni plus 2 into 10 power 16. So holes are twice than compared to the electrons. So holes are going to be treated as majority carriers, electrons are treated as minority carriers. And if you are thinking it is going to be a semiconductor, by that time Ni will be same, and out of this one 10 power 16 electrons, 2 into 10 power 16 holes. So 1 electron plus 1 hole combination, that is electron hole combination, is going to be treated as neutral, because electron is negatively charged and hole is positively charged. So electron hole combination is nothing but neutral. So after this one, what you are getting is nothing but 10 power 16 electrons are nullified by the 10 power 16 holes. So the remaining holes are going to be again 10 power 16. So effective number of holes are Ni plus 10 power 16 holes you will get, whereas effective number of electrons are simply it is Ni, because 10 power 16 electrons are nullified by the 10 power 16 holes. So holes are more, so holes will be treated as majority carriers, electrons will be treated as minority carriers. So this semiconductor is going to be turning towards p-type semiconductor with 10 power 16 holes, that is 10 power 16 majority carriers. So the right option is p-type with carrier concentration of 10 power 16 per centimeter cube. Right answer for this question is B.